Welcome to episode 48 of the Chips and Chops podcast. As always, I would like to first shout out our sponsor, Stocker Meest. Stocker Meest is a collaborative workspace here in South Bend that exists for co-working and events, but has so much more to offer, like this amazing podcast video studio that literally changed our life and literally, changed what we do. With us today is Jaleel Dotson, a South Bend native and a 2018 graduate from Adams.
Yes, sir.
Jaleel has always been passionate about music and entertainment. His passion for music led him to opening shows for is it Jacques?
Jacques.
Jacques, okay, sorry about that. And JayDaYoungan.
Yes, sir.
And then performing at, his college homecoming dances and more. What Jaleel is really known for is his remix for Rubbing Off the Paint, which ended up becoming one of the hype songs for Ball State student section and more. Eventually, Jaleel started YouTube and Twitch and aims to entertain and inspire the South Bend community. So, if you're listening to this podcast, you know David, our seniors at Adams, and we literally have 3 days left. So I'm curious, being a 2018 graduate, what type of advice would you have for newly high school graduates?
So for me, I say know what you want to do when you're going into college, bro. That's like the biggest piece of everything, bro.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you want to finish in 4. Everybody goes to finish in 4. So what I always knew I loved computers. I've been working with computers since I was 9. So it was just like it was computers or nothing if I went to school.
Yeah.
Because of course I contemplated on like, I just want to rap. This buzz is actually doing pretty well in high school, but I wanted to be more realistic because if I don't have the money to put behind it, you can't do anything with it.
Yeah.
So I would say know what you want to do before you go in, like into your orientation. Have you guys went to orientation yet?
No, mine's in about a month.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It's like in the summer.
yeah, so know exactly what you want to do and stick with that career because after school, bro, that's all you're gonna see. Like veering into other fields, you'll have to go back to schoul.
Yeah.
So know exactly what you want to do before you go.
Do you remember what was going through your head in the last couple of days of high school? Because right now, I've been like,
Like, were you were dead set on computers? Because like a lot of people don't.
yeah.
A lot of people are going in their last couple of weeks. They're like, man, is my major like
What I've
my
noticed
idea
is-
of a major? Is that really for me? Like,
Yeah.
a lot of
everyone
people
is-
don't know.
What I've noticed is everyone's majoring in business, and like I see people.
That's a huge thing.
I'm majoring in business, but
Yeah.
like for some people, I'm like, are you like? Yeah, I feel like you're just doing it because like it's something to do.
Yeah, but I have a minor in business.
Okay.
But I did that just because if I wanted to ever become like a consultant or just branch off and just do my own thing instead of just computers or own my own computer company, I needed that. It was mandatory for me to have it, to have a minor in business administration
Yeah.
if I was going to sign up for CT because their goal is to put us in a position to where we can be consultants. If we don't want to work for somebody, you can get an LLC, get your own thing going,
Yep.
start doing contracts with other companies, and then just go from there and just freelance your money. It's kind of like freelance computer work.
Yeah.
So that's I would say, not my end goal, because I'm a server administrator as of right now, but my end goal is to be at the highest level of IT.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So if I was to be real good at, like, find a craft within IT, master it, get my LLC, get my own, like, consulting company, have people work for me instead of,
So that's your end all be all.
Yes.
Type. Okay.
Well,
no, other than music. But
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
Nah.
Like, you have you work for IT. You
Mm-hmm.
have you graduated with computer science. But your main thing is music. That's what people know
Yeah.
you for. So I'm curious. Was there an artist that inspired you to start making music, or like what's like the story behind how you found that passion?
Okay, so boom. If we go back to 2015 is when I actually started recording myself.
So you were a freshman in high school.
Yes, I was a sophomore.
Sophomore. Okay.
I was a sophomore in high school. My brother ended up passing that same year during my basketball season, the day after I had a basketball game.
Wow.
And at this time, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the 10 Toes Down challenge that everybody was doing. So I had wrote one of those just in memoriam of my brother. And I posted it on SoundCloud and it did like 10K in a night.
Wow.
So I was just like, okay, this is weird. I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
just-
I can do this for yeah.
Exactly. So I was just like, okay, that's cool or whatever. But I didn't pay any attention to it. All my friends did. They were like, no, bro, you actually got something going for yourself. So I started focusing on writing and all of that. But I still had this hoop dream, like, I'm going to the NBA, knowing I was not that good. I was not good.
Yeah.
So everybody had that hoop dream.
Yeah.
Like they wanted to go to the NBA. So I had the same dream, but I'm just doing music on the side because it was just a way to express myself. I'm not really a talker. Like if you see me out in public or at a function and I'm, not around people that I really know, I'm not going to try to go be like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Or whatever, unless I have to.
So music's been like your outlet.
Yes.
And that started freshman year, or do you remember like as a kid? Maybe it was
No.
listening to music or
Oh, Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
Okay.
So I have a friend, his name's Deshaun. He used to stay up the street from me from where I grew up, which is like on the west side of South Bend.
Yeah.
So we would sit and listen to, are you guys familiar with the No Ceilings mixtapes that he used to make?
No.
Okay.
I know Lil Wayne, but I don't know him.
Okay.
Like, deep.
Okay, so he used to make like mixtapes where he would make a bunch of remixes, and that's what really put him on, other than the Carter 3. It was his remixes. So I'm just like, dude, that doesn't seem too hard. But mind you, I am 9 at this time.
Yeah.
So I started writing on my porch at 9 because we were bored. We had nothing to do. Everybody wants to be a rapper. So then I started writing, and then my friend, he's like 3 years older than me.
Yeah.
So he was like 12, 13 at the time. And he was just like, bro, how do you know all of these words or whatever? I was just like, I don't know. It's just something that rhyming words was always easy for me. So then after that, I put the pad down. I started freestyling or whatever. But I love writing more than, I'm not going to tell you guys that I just freestyle.
Yeah.
If I punch in.
You like writing more.
Yeah, it's either that or punching in. I would never call punching in freestyling. It's not. So then once I started listening to the Lil Wayne mixtape, started writing, I fell in love with that. But like I said, I was a hooper, but paid no mind to music until I was 15.
Yeah.
Then that's when it started.
Yeah, so take us through that. Like, you could even say, like, the high school journey. Because, like, you kind of, 10K in one night as a freshman.
Dude.
That's, like, I cannot really, like, imagine, like, because you just posted that not expecting it to gain any traction. It was just, like, to,
It was just for something for people to hear.
And there was something that's meaningful to you, first of all.
Exactly. Something in my mind was just, like, put this on SoundCloud. Like, just put it on SoundCloud. That was our only platform. SoundCloud rap was huge. Uzi, XXXTentacion.
Yeah.
Ski Mask, et
That's
cetera,
where they
et
all
cetera.
kinda, like,
so that's when they were first like buzzing. So when SoundCloud was up, it was up. You hear a good song, you're gonna put it in your playlist. You're gonna play it every day. So with 10 Toes Down, when I end up writing it, and it did 10K in the night, I came to school next day feeling like the man.
Yeah.
So it was different. All of my friends like, oh my gosh, bro, you see your song is doing numbers. You see your song doing numbers. You got to put out another one. This is Trev. You got to put out another one. You got to put out another one. You got to put out another. So I'm just like, all right, this is a lot of pressure. Let's go ahead and do it. So then Rubbing Off the Paint comes out. YB and Amir is like the biggest thing in the world right now. Him, Corday, and Almighty J is the biggest thing in the world as of right now. So then I was like, all right, I'm going to remix this. I like this beat. This is fire. I can hear myself on it. So then I wrote it, and then I instantly put vocals to it. But mind you, I'm recording off of my headphones.
Yep.
Headphones, iPhone, voice memo, put it in my computer and edit it. So this is how I'm just using my computer skills. I'm like, I don't know how to engineer anything. But at this point, let's do it. I took my mom's laptop. She didn't know what I was doing. So then, like, she couldn't find her laptop for like a month when I first started recording.
At least you weren't using, like, the school Chromebook to do it.
Exactly. That's before, we didn't even have those. So
really?
Man, dude. I didn't see a laptop in school until after I graduated.
Wow.
Like, I'm gonna be honest. So going back to that story, when I was recording it, I'm just like, all right, this is fire. I don't care if it, like, a lot of people would think that it was garbage. I loved it. So then once it came out, and then I wake up the next day, I was like, I gotta drop this now. I dropped it the same day he dropped his song. So then when I wake up and it has 20K, I'm like, oh yeah, we out of here. It's on, like, we won. So then
and people from Adams, or
this is at Riley.
They really messed with it.
Yes.
So it ended up becoming that student section team.
Adams.
Okay,
Adams.
Okay.
Because I performed it at Adams. It was a talent show. I don't know what the talent show was for. I think it was for JAG. So yeah, I think it was for JAG.
Not the step team?
No, that was the jobs and careers class.
Okay.
So we loved, like, our JAG class. We were very supportive of what we were doing. We were all going on, like, this was my junior year, so I'm just getting there.
Yeah.
So the JAG class of that year threw the talent show, and I ended up doing it, and people were like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
People knew me from Riley, but they were just like, oh, he really raps. So boom, let's take it back before that. I first performed the song at Jalen Jennings' birthday party.
Okay.
That was my first show, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So that's when they threw, it was like the entire CT thing, bro. And shout out to the craft team, y'all. Yeah. They know. But they threw a party, and Jalen was just like, bro, you could perform at my party. I said, you're lying. All right, let's do it. So then once I performed at this party, when I say everybody from high school was there, everybody was there. So then once I did that song, I knew that was the one. I knew it was the one because it was just like people knew the words, people rapping it with me. My friends are on stage rapping it with me.
That's a hype song too.
Dude,
like that gets people going.
Dude, it made me feel so good. So once I got to the point where I was performing, that's my favorite part of music.
Interesting.
It's my favorite part of music, and that's the hardest part of music as well.
Performing?
Yes. Performing is the hardest part because you got to find your personality.
I feel like you either have it or you don't. It's not something you can just develop.
It's some people that
like there's some people like
yeah.
like I've seen like Lil TJ perform, like he kind of just like up there like talking like but like then there's people like Ski Mask who's just going crazy, jumping in crowds and left, right, and then there's like Rod Wave crowd surfing like
oh no that's insane. That is crazy. But no, it's just like it's either you got it or you don't when it comes to performing. Some people only get sold out shows because they have good music. Yeah. You know, it's certain people that I love your music, but I'd never come see you in concert. So that was the rubbing off the paint thing. But then it veered off into Ball State. That was the first song that I performed at our event that we call Cardinal Culture. Okay. So that's when any talent you come out, you sign up, and it goes from there. So I did my first show my freshman year. I think it was first semester. So at this point in college, I'm here for the parties. I'm loving it. It's fun. So then once my friends convinced me to sign up, they was like, bro, do Cardinal Culture. But mind you, I have bad anxiety. Okay. So it's just like,
you have bad anxiety, but performing is your favorite thing.
Yes. Which is
that
crazy.
Like your way of getting over your anxiety?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that was my way to do it because once I did it at Ball State, the crowd is like 2-3 times bigger than what I've ever seen. So it's either this shows if you're good or you just don't.
Because then you'll really know if people like you.
Because they don't know me from a can of paint, so they're just like, okay, it's either he's good or he's bad. And I saw, and people before me, there was some people that were getting booed. So I'm like,
oh wow,
tough crowd tonight,
okay,
huh?
Yeah, take us through like literally like stepping on that stage because that was your biggest performance yet.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So it took a while for my friends to convince me to actually sign up. I was just the guy that was recording in his room. They're like, who is this? The RA is like, somebody's recording in the room, is very loud. Yeah. So then once I actually signed up, it took a lot for me to get prepared because I was like, all right, nope, I'm doing songs that I had made previously when I was in South Bend that everybody liked. So I had a song called Never Fold. It was a love song. And that song did just as good as Rubbing Off the Paint and turned out to be a lot of people's favorite song. Because, you know, when you're in high school, you go through your breakups and et cetera, et cetera. I went through like 2 of them. So I'm just like, I hate this. I hate it. I'm going to write about it.
Hey,
so,
your exes definitely listen to it.
And they do. But the thing is, though, she liked it.
Okay.
Yeah, it was funny.
She hit you up like, man, that was good. Like, I'm glad I did that to you.
Nah, she was like, you're good. Because if you ask any of my exes, bro, we didn't fall out on bad terms. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm a cool dude. So it's just like, it is what it is. Whatever happened. But I'm very forgiving, or, you know what I'm saying? They were too. Yeah. So then when I made Never Fold, I was like, okay, this is going to be my song that I perform that are for the ladies or for the guys that, you know, are going through heartbreaks. People want to hear soft stuff sometimes too. So then I did that and I did Rubbing Off the Paint. So
like 2 opposite songs.
2 opposite.
That's
pretty much how my set list go. I got to have something in there that's very soft, very like, you know, I can get into the crowd with it. And then you got to have something that's just going to set it all the way off. And that's why I've been making, if you guys heard the recent like songs that I have been making.
Is it Message to My Ex-Girlfriend?
Which one?
The one in your Instagram bio. It was something about ex-girlfriend.
Whoa, I got something about my ex in my bio?
No, it's like the YouTube. It's like the YouTube link.
Whoa.
The first YouTube link that you click on. You might have to check that out after.
Oh yeah, let me go check on that because that's gonna be good. But what was I saying? So wait. Talking about my set list. Yeah. So boom, So I would have something soft in there, and I was telling you, I was making New York drill music recently because I was just like, okay, this.
You're trying to like get a feature from like Lil Mabu or something?
Dude, I just reacted to his music. I was like, bro, who is this guy? He has bars. He's just so good. I was just like, who is this dude?
Have you heard of BLP Kosher?
That's my other boy.
I reacted to him. He has a song with
Tron.
Baby Tron.
Basil Tron.
I did that. I did that song too. He's nice. He's fire.
Yeah.
It took me a while to get into it. I was like, hold on. I never heard this guy
It's just
before.
like the lyricism is so crazy to me.
Exactly.
Like it has no message behind it, but just like the things he says. Is
the
like,
metaphors.
Like the metaphors and all the analogies. It's like there's no real deep down message, but like it just like has so many like little things that like are relatable.
What message do you try to push with your music?
Honestly, bro.
Because if you have like, you know, like you said, you like doing like opposite stuff with your set list. But like overall, what message would you say that you try to push?
I mean, I just want to make stuff that like people feel, just give you insight on real life activity because it's like for me, if I run into a real life situation, I want to find a song that I could run to that would speak to me. So that's why I listen to like things like Dirk or Tyler the Creator.
Yeah, he just dropped a new album.
Yeah. I haven't checked it out yet.
Oh, I listened to like 5 on the way here.
How's it sounding?
I don't know. There's 2 songs. Alicia Keys has like the intro, and he's not even on that at all. Juice WRLD has a song that he's not even on at all.
Really?
Yeah. And then there's like a Morgan Wallen one that he's not really on.
Are you serious?
So like the features isn't really like a feature. It's like their personal like song on his album.
He's like the feature.
It's gonna sell.
It's
gonna sell.
Oh yeah, the Morgan Wallen one will do numbers. That'll probably do the most numbers, and then the Juice WRLD one is actually tough. So.
Yeah. So I let music be the outlet, and I want my music to be like someone else's outlet. Like I could speak to you, and you be like, how does he feel about this situation? So I make songs to real life experience. So if I go a long time without making music, like I just dropped Sad Boy for L, and that was my first tape that I had dropped in 2 years. So it was just like I had to let.
Take such a long time off.
You said why did I? Because I had to let things happen. So it was just more so like I don't want to get in there and just say whatever I'm hearing on the internet because that's not my life, that's theirs. So when it comes to my music, bro, I have to sit down, really think about it, really write it. But there are songs that I've done in 15 or less minutes.
Do you think that there's like a lot of posers in the rap industry?
Dude, what? Terrible. It's just like they're doing what sells.
Yeah.
You know? And be a young boy. Huge influence on a lot of people's music that I've been hearing. It's just more so in the game of hip hop, a lot of people would rather not be themselves. And if you meet these people in person, they're totally different. I'm like, why does your music sound high?
Like Mabu, for example. I mean, he literally says like, yeah, I cap in my rap.
Yeah, and I mean, and that's good. I respect it. That's why I listen to you.
Yeah.
You're telling me you're capping. Lil Tecca, he came out and said, I'm capping. You know what I'm saying? And I believed you because it's just more so like you don't even look like the type of dude that, you know. So if people admit to capping, I'll be like, all right, I'll give you a pass because you're just doing it for the entertainment purposes.
Just funny, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I was like, I try to spread a real message because I don't want to be the guy that has to fake his image when he's in person.
Yeah, it's all about being authentic.
Exactly.
Right. So. Yeah, I think that's, in like the long run, that's like, you know, what's best. Because then you're staying true to yourself. You know, I don't really know what's going on in like Young Boy's head or whatever, but it's kind of like, you know, he's faking it like, you know.
But he has a lot of influence and he sells on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But he's doing what works for him.
What would you say is like your dream collab? You talked about Lil Wayne, but like there has to be some other guys.
I'm gonna mess you guys head up with this one. Ice Spice.
Really?
I don't get the I don't get the craze about her, bro. She's not like
Ice Spice, bro.
Just like the versatility, or
yes. And it's just like I'll say Ice Spice. I'm gonna give you a top 5. Ice Spice, Juice WRLD, Lil Wayne, Lil Baby, Rod Wave.
Just a bunch of different genres. Because I mean, like you said, like, so like you kind of like to do it. You have a good time in your life. You're gonna write a good song, a good hype song, maybe.
Yes.
But if you're going through a little sad time, you write a little sad song.
Yes.
So all 5 of those rappers, all different areas.
Yeah.
I'd say like Lil Baby and Rod Wave.
Yeah, just hitting on all different moods that could be happening in your day.
Literally, bro. And I was just like, I listen to so much stuff, bro. It makes no sense. Like
you're listening to music all the time.
All the time. That's all I'm doing. If I'm streaming or if I'm, you know, just playing a game or if I'm in the studio getting inspiration, bro, I'm always listening to music.
How would you say that your music has changed since you started freshman year?
Oh wow. I became more mature. I could see that I care more about details in my music than just putting things out there. It was a year I think I put out 70 songs.
70 songs. That's one every 5
and like,
days.
did you like every single one, or there were some that you're just putting out
Someone
to put
that
out?
was mid.
Like you're just putting them out to put out?
Putting it out just to keep algorithm. Like to stay in algorithm. But it was just more so like I just felt like I was that good at the time though. I just felt like, okay, I'm putting this out. But when I go back now and listen to it, oh yeah, some of that stuff is very, very mid. Yeah. Whoever lied to me, I know who you are.
How many songs have you had in total? 70 in 1 year is incredible.
Oh, how many have I dropped? Like, how many are out? Including SoundCloud? 150.
150?
I think, like, or it's getting up to
like...
Any
album, or it's all singles?
No, I dropped, if we're talking tapes, I dropped, I think, 5 tapes in a year? It was like 5 tapes in a year, bro, like 10, 12 crazy. Songs plus. Yeah, it was just like I was on this run to where I couldn't leave the studio. So I think that was a huge thing for me, just putting out. I slowed down on that. But if I'm talking about like how it changed, I became more mature. I started writing about things that.
I mean, like when we started this, Joey wanted to put out like 2 episodes a week.
Really?
I wanted to do 3.
That's not bad.
He wanted to do 2 and 3 a week.
That's not bad though. Get an algorithm and then get your numbers up.
I think at one point it was good for us.
Yeah, but you're doing podcasts, so it's totally different.
Yeah, it's like the whole time I was really mad at David, or I was like really, I was frustrated. He was like, bro, people do not have time to listen to 2 hours of our podcast a week, and the whole time I was like, I knew he was right, but like I was like, you know what I mean? But it was a blast. We were doing 2 a week for a minute, but
really,
yeah, 1 a week is definitely better.
For like our first like 20, I think.
Whoa!
And then I was like, shoot. And I was like, all right, it's time to just do 1 a week.
Well, it's also too hard, like when we both have school and we're working. You know
that's
what
true.
I mean? So it's like,
and I mean, just guests, finding guests that are
like actual guests.
Quality.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, finding quality is definitely probably the hardest thing that I could see being like tough in podcasts.
Yeah,
because I always wanted to get into podcasts. I love to talk. This is all.
Trev said the same thing. That
Dude,
he was
what?
Like, it was like the 7 people. Dave Volk.
The 7 Dirtbags?
Yes.
Yeah.
He was like the 7 Dirtbags podcast or something.
Are you on that? You were one of the Dirtbags?
Nah, but I would really watch it. But I'm very close, extremely close. Like, those are my brothers. But I was like, that's like their entire class. I'm a year older than all of them. Okay. So it was different for me.
That makes sense.
I met them like later on in the game. I was kind of like the last one. But I met them from playing JV basketball.
And while you were playing JV basketball, you thought you were going to make it to the league?
Oh, man. Man, what? Nobody could tell me nothing. I was like, oh, yeah.
I mean, Michael Jordan played JV, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like,
and he got cut before.
Yeah, so. I was like, if he can do it, maybe you can do it. But
oh yeah, funny story. I definitely got cut my junior year too.
So that's why you left.
That was a different type of hurt, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. So boom, I drop a diss song on the coach.
No, really?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to show us that after.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you it after. It was insane. Actually, it was clean cut. So I wasn't expecting for it to go so viral around the school. Yes, I did. I'm not even going to sit here and troll you guys. I'm like, okay, I got cut.
You think Coach saw it?
Oh, yeah. He came up and talked to me about it.
So liked it?
Yes. That was the bad part. I'm like, oh, man, this didn't do what I wanted to do.
He's such a nice guy that he would like that kind of
thing. Yeah, Coach Jay is a nice guy for sure. And then the assistant coach, Coach Mo that year, and then I think JT was the JV coach. He was like, bro, I heard your song. And I was like, which one? And he was like, the diss. I was like, bro, what? So then I heard it playing in they said they were playing it in the varsity room. And
playing in the locker room before the game.
Yeah, Demise, he was like, this is our go-to. He was like, bro, this song fire. And I was just like, nah, ain't no way. I wrote it to the Pound Cake instrumental. I told you I was heavy on remixes. So I did it to the Pound Cake instrumental, and I guess it started buzzing around the school. So then that's when all the players coming up to, bro, did you drop it? Is that a diss on Coach? Is that a diss on Coach? We showed it to him. I'm like, oh, man, it's going to be a different type of thing.
And then you ended up transferring right after that, right?
I transferred. Yes.
So
I transferred that January. Did that play a role
in it at all or no?
What, basketball?
Yeah.
Of course. As much as I tell people no, yes. It's like, with me, I thought I was really that guy when it came to, like, I felt like I at least deserved varsity minutes. Mm-hmm. When I look at it now, no, I didn't. But you have to go through that kind of thing to become humble. Mm-hmm. So when I got cut, it humbled my basketball skills. I'm like, okay, I see why.
Now you actually got to work.
You actually got to work. So that's when I had transferred to Adams. I'm like, all right, I'm done with this. I'm going to Adams. I started hooping like extremely like trying to perfect my craft. And then I went to all of the workouts with Johnston and then didn't even try out. I was like, I'm going to start focusing on track.
Wow.
Because I got into track right after I got cut. So shout out to Mookie. He was the one that actually was like, bro, come run. The basketball stuff over with. So you might as well go ahead and run. I made it to regionals my first year. And that was my first time ever trying track. Like
what runs did you do?
I did 1, 2, 4, and 4x4.
So you were a sprinter?
Yes. Sprinter. I always wanted to do high jump.
I feel like track is the type of thing that like anyone can really do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But to be good at, you have to.
To be super good, you gotta practice, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's. I mean, yeah, you have to practice, but you kind of have to have that
natural.
Oh yeah, some
natural speed.
Most of track is natural.
Yeah, it depends on like, but if you're pole vaulting or something like
that takes craft.
That takes skill.
Like I'll dust you any day in a race, David. You know.
Really.
It's just like a natural thing that happens.
Really? No, you should. So we play soccer. You should have seen this man. This man was like sprinting for this one ball yesterday, and he was like, his legs were running forward, but he was like leaning fully backward. Like it looked so bad. I was dying laughing.
You were making fun of me?
Yeah.
So do you guys play like club soccer?
Yeah.
So, really?
Yeah, it's so funny story.
No, it's rec.
No, it's like recreationally.
It's
like
a
co-ed thing.
Yeah.
It is kind of like a joke, but the funny thing is David got kicked out of the game last night.
Whoa, why? You got ejected? Draymond?
Tight, yeah.
Bro, it was like Draymond.
Was it like Draymond?
What you do? Like I kind of like will talk with the other team, but like it's not all trash. Like sometimes like I'll be nice and stuff. Like goalie like makes a good save. I'm like, good save. Like that was tough.
Right.
The ref comes up to me at like a stop and goes, if you talk to the goalie anymore, I'm kicking you out for verbal abuse, or verbal disruption or something of the keeper.
This is crazy.
I'm like, that's not a thing. Like I've ref for 6 years. I guess that's a thing, but not if you're like I know him. Yeah. Like he goes to our school, and we were just being cool, and
that's where you went wrong though.
So
you
that's
kept talking back to the ref.
And that was BS.
And then like 5 minutes left in the game. He's like,
I get blown in the back.
He's like, that's not foul or something. And he was like, that's a foul or something. And then the ref was like, play on. He's like, that's a foul.
Someone play on.
And then the ref tells the coach to take him out, and like David he just like leaves the side. He like just like goes off the game.
No. Joey is right here. Mm-hmm. He's about to take a throw in. They have the game stopped because like I'm getting subbed out.
Yeah.
So I'm jogging. I'm not even walking. Like I'm being respectful. I'm jogging off. I'm running right in front. I'm still on the field. He blows the whistle to start the game. I'm like, ref, I'm not even off the field yet. Let me get off the field and start the game. And he just goes, oh, he's like, you're just so disrespectful.
That's insane.
I'm curious because then he was like, don't you walk away from me. Come here.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. After that, I got ejected.
He's like, I get the last word. You don't get the last word.
And then you walked off again, and then he called you again.
He just kept calling me.
That is bad, bro. I would have got ejected too. I don't blame you. So
yeah.
Did you ever get ejected from a basketball game in high school? I feel like some people are just hotheads. I've never like.
I got a bunch of texts when I played.
Really?
Like middle school, yeah. I guess I kind of am just like a hothead.
You really are. It's like the only time I see you like out of control, I guess.
Yeah. No, I never got a tech before, but I have had a situation to where I had hit like the game leading like 3-pointer.
Yeah.
And my coach took me out. Because, like I said, I wasn't the most talented person on the team. I know he just thought like, oh, that was luck. We're getting him out. He's not supposed to be in right now. So basically, this is when the little James Harden thing was going around. So
you hit the 3 and you start cooking.
Yes. So the refs didn't like it. I almost got a take. Yeah. So boom, it was like the end of the game. I didn't do anything. I just they passed me the ball. I shot it from like deep hash. Boom, and then I was like, oh, let's go. And my coach was like, don't you do that. Don't you do that or whatever. And then next thing you know, he sat me down. We ended up winning the game.
Yeah.
But he ended up sitting me down for the rest of the game. And then we're in the locker room and I'm just like, he was like, any questions on the game tonight? I was like, he said, Jaleel? And then I was like, why did I have to sit down after that? And then after I hit that game like leading 3, and then he was just like, oh no, you did what you were supposed to do. We just needed a better option in. I said, better option? I'm cooking. Let him cook. So it's just like it was like real bad. But yeah, but the ref did come check me after that. He was like, sportsmanship or whatever. So I think that was the closest I got to a tech. And I threw the baton once in track and got in trouble for it. So yeah.
Going back to music, you know, we talked about like the boss. Was it Culture?
Oh, Cardinal Culture.
Cardinal Culture. Tell us about your opening performances for Jacques and then JayDaYoungan.
Oh, that was different, dude. So basically,
because that's not just Ball State people. That's
promoters, bro. Yeah. So it was just like they saw. Well, I think it was somebody at my performance that saw me perform at Cardinal Culture and was like, get in contact with these people. I just sent them a video of you, and it was like, he would be perfect for this opening performance. So I called the guy, shout out to Straight Freak Promotions, and he was just like, bro, we saw your performance. You're doing great at your school or whatever. How would you feel about opening up for Jacques? And I was just like, who? And then he was like, no, I'm serious. So then once we got into that and started talking about it, he was like, okay, so meet me in Fort Wayne. Mind you, I don't have a car at this point. So I'm just like, there's no way that I'm going to be able to make it to Fort Wayne. So I had to find somebody to take me. It was random. It was like a random person from the show that took me. So I'm just like, all right, I got to wait there. Let's do this or whatever. So I get there, bro. This show is sold out. So it's like so many people there. It was insane. Like I was like, no, I can't do this. I was like, I'm hyperventilating. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So at this point, I'm only like 3 performances in, bro. So I have no experience. But at that point, I was like, all right, we got to do it. So once I got there, I didn't know what songs to do at first. So I went with the same 2 songs. So let's do it. I'm performing these songs all through the time. So once I did Rubbing Off the Paint, that was the one. So I did that one, and then this is Jacques' concert. He's an R&B artist. So then I turned around and do the Never Fold song. They loved it, bro. Yeah. It was amazing, bro. It was amazing. So I'm just like, okay, these are my top 2 songs, but the Never Fold song, that's when I started becoming a lover boy in music. Yep. I was like, okay, the ladies love my music. And I started looking at my analytics. 70% of my listeners were female.
So
Joey, I think that's what we need to get it more into.
Yeah.
92% of our listeners are male.
Really?
Yeah. Nah, it's not that bad. No, it's not that bad.
It's somewhere. It's like within 10%.
It's like 80-20.
Get a girl on the podcast.
We have girls on the podcast, but like, I don't know.
It's hard. I think it's harder to.
It's harder to get them on.
They don't. I mean, they're not. We've never had someone like reach out to us or.
Really?
I mean,
like a girl.
Reach out. I feel like literally just like being guys, like our connections are guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like most of all.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe we need to have a lover.
I mean, we've asked like probably equal amount of girls and boys.
Really?
The guys just say yes more.
Really?
Yeah.
It's a lot of singers around here, so yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what was I saying after? Oh yeah, okay. So I looked into the analytics, and all of the majority of my listeners were female. Yeah. So that's when I started like becoming like this lover boy with music. Or every time I perform, you find the ladies in the crowd, and then just engage with them because this is basically who my music is for. Yeah. Then if you go through my my catalog from 2019 up until like 2021, it was mainly like love music. So that was that performance. It was insane.
Yeah.
And then of course you get to be backstage with the artist. You get to dude is like 5'5". He's like 5'5" with big feet.
Yeah.
Like it was so funny. Shaking his hand or whatever, it felt. I was like, all right, I made it. I'm done. I don't need to do anything else. At that point, it was just like, what goes on from here? And mind you, I'm 19 at the time. It was surreal.
Literally.
Yeah. So then the JayDaYoungan show was for our spring homecoming at Ball State. So having that crowd behind me was just like okay. It's normal. They already knew who I was. So we had him come here. So all the other colleges are going to come too, since we have somebody like famous performing. Mind you, JayDaYoungan is one of my favorite rappers at the time. This is when he first started like really doing things. So when I had got selected to do that show, I'm like, okay, this is better than the first one, because I'm like, okay, I get to meet him. It's like, bro, so much that you can like branch out and do after you have this type of show. And that's when my career kind of started like popping off, because I was solidified because of the shows that I had behind me. So with music, you even have to have a resume for anybody to even work with you anyway. So the JayDaYoungan show was amazing. Ball State was real live. It was very live. So when I did that show, I was less nervous. It was hot. I don't know why I had on this huge jacket, like just thinking that it wasn't gonna be hot. I was sweating bullets after that. And right after the show, I went home because I didn't want to stay for the party or nothing like that because I'm like, dude, I'm sweating. I'm drenching sweat. It was just bad. Yeah. But I would say
you should have stayed. Nah, you don't think so?
Man, Ty, dude, I don't want to. So it was just like I'm going home. Went home, showered, played 2K. That's usually what I do.
I respect that.
That's usually what I do, fun. Bro. I like to stay out the way, but yeah, that was fun. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. So outside of music, just like going back to high school and college, what would you say like were your favorite Adams moments? Because we're about to graduate right now. That's kind of what's been going through my mind.
Oh, Adams moments. Oh my gosh.
Or just moments from high school.
High school was wild, dude.
Obviously, the diss track on the coach.
Top tier.
Definitely had to be a top one.
That was top tier. I say starting my rap career, like the diss track, the show at Adams. JAG class was amazing. Mind you, at Adams, sorry sites, but I was never in class. I passed with like a 3.6 like cumulative, but I was never in class. I had like 5 gym periods. With Lambert, that was so fun.
Yeah, I only take 2 classes right now.
Really?
As a senior year.
And in high school, I didn't get my car to the end of senior year.
Wow.
So it was just like
mooching rides off people.
Yeah, mooching rides off people, or just going to Speedway, or just going home, dude. It was, but I would say like from Riley. No, the Riley and Adams basketball games.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
that was the best moments.
You're going to your rival.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah,
the student section wars between Riley and
at that time,
Adams at that time, even like after I transferred.
That's when both teams were like really. I mean, Riley went to semi-state right around the time that you.
Yes, wait. The year that I transferred, Adams won sectionals.
Okay.
Yeah, I ended up transferring and Adams won sectionals.
Okay.
That's when it was held at Riley. I mean at Washington, and then. It was weird because now that I'm at Adams and the team is still winning, I'm like, I feel like I got 3 rings at this point.
You gotta be rooting for them then.
I had the best of both worlds, but of course, when the year that we did lose to Riley, I was in full support of my friends. I have to be, bro. It's just like I know I was like I transferred. I went through this phase to where people thought that I betrayed the school too. It was like I was like an arch nemesis to Riley at a point. They're cheering like. You need Jaleel or whatever, like telling the team or they was like, you got cut. So I'm going right back. And I'm just like, oh, this is crazy. And then after we did the rubbing off the paint thing, I ended up becoming one of the leaders of our student section, and I ended up winning Spirit Student of the Year or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like
I think that's
my senior year. Yeah, I won it my senior year, and I was only at Adams for a year and a half.
I was gonna say, talking about like your music in high school, did you ever receive any like backlash?
Oh, my friends are very honest. If the song sucked, it sucked.
But like outside of your friends, were there people that were like, chirping you, talking their ish?
I had.
Did you have haters basically?
Yeah. In the city for sure, because they were just like, "Who's this young guy?"
They don't want you to succeed.
They don't. It's like, I'm not gonna say it for everybody in South Bend, but it's hard to win when people like when you reach out and don't get responses. That's why that was my main focus of coming on the podcast, bro, because I want to let people know that even though I've been doing this for 8 years, I'm still in the same realm as everybody else. Mm-hmm. Me giving somebody else a feature or getting a feature from somebody else, most people look at me as an old head in a sense, or like my style of music is just not compatible with the people that make music here. So me, I preach versatility. So like if you send me a song right now, and it's like a drill song or a song that you just don't hear me do, I'm still gonna be able to do it. That's why I say if I had to compare myself to somebody, I would say Juice WRLD.
Mm-hmm. He can hit everything.
I feel like that's the best comparison.
David's favorite guy.
That's my favorite too. Like Juice WRLD is top tier. Sadly, he didn't have a long career, but dude, Juice WRLD is probably a top 5 lyricist to me of all time. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much what it was for me. Like on the hating type time, it was like I come off as an old head to a lot of people, or it's just like your name isn't buzzing anymore or whatever. But if you look at the analytics and like what I do per year, it's always a spurt in a year where I'm doing at least 10K, 15K in a month. Like streams.
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
I wish.
Yeah, I definitely, I guess it would be weird being in like your 20s and being called an old head.
Dude, because I started so
when I think
young.
of old heads, it's like, you know, you're 50 or something like that.
Exactly, bro. And I kind of hate
right
it.
now, but it's like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, but if you think about it, like people like Lil Durk or G Herbo, people like them, they started rapping when they were 15.
I know they're kind of old heads in the game now too, and they're only like 30.
Yeah, 26.
26.
26. So
Drake's considered an old head.
He's 33.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just
It's
like
really just like how long you've been in the game, and
it's the thing. Yeah, the thing about making music, bro, is staying relevant, bro, and that's one of the hardest things for people. Then that they got to understand, bro. You got to collab to stay relevant. So that's why I was just like, I'm gonna just start reaching out to people. And I feel like people tell me that I don't push my music hard enough. That's the one thing that I don't do is I don't promote. I don't do any of that stuff. I just let it grow organically because that'll let me know. I mean, if it sucks, it sucks. If people listen to it, they listen to it. But I'm putting it out just because it's therapeutic. Yeah. But
you're not really fiending for the streams because it's not your main career.
Yeah, it's not. So it's just like that's another reason why I was
it's like your main hobby. It's like your passion project.
Yeah.
I think that's awesome. That's
Thank you. I appreciate it. And it's just like for me, I can easily just do like the proper promo run and be like interviews and we can go try to book a show over here, get collab from this artist in the city or, you know. But if you go look at my projects, I probably only have like 3 features out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like I only have 3 features on my projects. And it's just more so, it's not that I don't collab with people. It's just more so I was doing it just because I love music. And if you love music or whatever, you like my music and you reach out, I'll do a feature with you for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? And I feel like I would never be the one to pay for a feature. And I'll never charge somebody for a feature. And it just has to be organic.
You're just trying to make a song. Yeah.
You're just doing what you love. You're
exactly. Exactly. That's one thing that I would never do is pay for a feature.
You're not dropping $250,000 on Lil Baby?
No. No, bro. It's just like
Drake for half?
No. No. Not even with label money.
No.
It's just more so. And the thing is, I say I wouldn't sign to a label, but I kind of changed my thought on that. Probably like last year.
Like a low key one, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like a.
You don't want to sell out?
No, at all. It's just more so I want to grow it by myself. And being independent, it sounds pretty much cool, but when you have to push all of your albums by yourself and all of that, once you hit 20, like if somebody sell 20K streams, I mean not 20K streams, sell 20K albums, and you did it all independent, that's your money. That's the thing. But if you sell 100K behind a label, it kind of like weighs out in a sense to like 30, 40K because you're not keeping that money.
Yeah.
Or some of it is like they fronted you some money to do certain promos, you got to pay it back. So when you have to pay that money back, it's more so like you're coming out with like a very small cut of your money.
Do you have any albums in the making right now?
Yeah.
Got to keep it underground though, or?
August.
Like how often do you be recording?
Since I started my career, it slowed down.
Yeah.
I say.
You work 40 hours a week for your.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a full-time thing.
Yeah.
And
is it?
Right?
It's
yeah.
work. Wow. Is it work from home?
Hybrid.
Hybrid. Okay.
Hybrid. Yeah.
Okay. Because I didn't know. Like, I mean, you're here today, so obviously, are you working today or?
I'm off today.
You're off today. Okay.
Yeah, I'm off today, man. I'm just here visiting. I got here Wednesday because I like in IT, you will always have the leverage to go home to work. Mm-hmm. You know, or if you need to go take a trip or you know,
you can work. You can work wherever you want.
Pop open your laptop and get to work. You know, so that's one thing that I looked into before I took on my major too. I'm just like, okay, I'll be able to be at home all the time or like do some work from home. So yeah.
Tell us about the album coming out in August.
Okay, so boom. So I want this to be okay. Lonely Rockstar 3 is coming. It's gonna be in August. It's gonna be produced by Agent Zero or Carlos Diggins. I'm waiting on him to send the beat packs through, and then we're gonna get to work. So I'm gonna have it done by August. I'm gonna mix and engineer it by myself.
So these aren't remixes. This is all
all
original.
All me.
Wow.
All me. So
how many songs?
We said we want to do 12 to 15.
That's a good amount.
12 to 15.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, if you listen to Lonely Rockstar 2, it's all produced by him as well. I try to keep it within, like, the first one wasn't, but the second one was in COVID. So I didn't have anything to do in COVID. You can't leave the house. So I would go to his apartment, and we made that album probably in like a week. And I think it's 20 songs on there.
Do you have like a journal or something that you keep all, your lyrics in, or what?
Notes in my phone.
Notes in your phone?
I keep the notes in my phone.
To make 20 songs in a week, that's...
If you look at, I have a tape called A Minute of My Time and Lonely Rockstar 1, the one that I just put out because of the copyright issues didn't let me put it on all streaming platforms until now. So I did A Minute of My Time and Lonely Rockstar in the same weekend.
Huh.
3 days.
Yeah, that's not something
that's
people
like
do.
18-hour days. You're just picking it up in the studio the whole time.
And I did that in my friend's dorm. He had like a professional studio on like the 8th floor in Stu West. Shout out to everybody that was in Stu West. And he was gone for the weekend, but he gave me the keys to his dorm. And I sat in there for, like you said, roughly like 18 hours a night that weekend. I skipped going out, all of that. And I put out 2 tapes. And I put them out probably like 6 months apart.
Yeah.
Maybe 6 months apart. But that's the kind of grind I was on, bro. It was just like once you really get into music, bro, it's either you got to hit it head on or just don't do it, bro.
Yeah. Now you've slowed down though a little bit.
Oh man, a lot of bit.
Yeah. But is music like your plan? Like, you want to make songs for the rest of your life?
Yes, for the rest of my life, bro.
I think that's like when you're 30 years from now, you can look back at like the songs you're making when you're 15 or something like that. That's like the best thing to like look back at.
I can't wait to show my children, like, once I have kids or whatever, and be like, this is what I used to do. They're going to be like, this sucks. They're going to be like, this sucks bad.
Like, oh, this 2010s music is ass.
Right. They're going to be like, you old head. They're going to look at it like how I look at boom bap music.
Yeah.
And like, oh, yeah, it's going to be bad.
You're either going to you might have to keep up with the times. I don't know what it's going to be like, and I don't know what music's going to be like in 30 years, but it's already evolved.
Oh,
you look at 30 years ago now, from now, it's... It's kind of crazy.
Dang, that's a great way to look at it. I never thought about that. Like, well, you be making music for the rest of your life, but when you ask, it's just so easy to answer because it's just, I want to get rich off of it. It's something I want to do. And the main thing for me, I just want to be in the same room with the greats. That's my end goal with music, is just to be in the same. You don't even have to pay me, but to meet somebody like J. Cole or meet Kendrick,
just like chill in the studio while they recording or something. Dude,
my number one goal of all time, like on the bucket list, is to have a music session with Tyler, the Creator.
Okay.
Like literally, dude. It's just like and Kanye.
Kanye.
It's weird. No, it's weird. I want to see how.
Like what got me into like music, I guess.
Really?
I'm not super into it, but like Kanye's like the old reliable that I can always go back to. I feel like
he never misses.
Yeah, he has. He has so many.
I just don't. I wish I liked what he like. I like his like lyrics, but like the beats just suck every time.
Whoa!
Like, I don't.
You're the first person I ever heard say that.
I don't mess with the music behind it. Like
really,
the lyrics are cool, but like
it's just like the beats disturb you.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Some of it just does. Most of it just doesn't hit.
I have Kanye as my top producer of all time.
Yeah.
That is insane. Like top one.
My favorite would be Kanye, Cudi. Maybe. I'm not gonna lie. Cudi to me is like
Kid Midi.
Is that what you call him?
Yeah, that's what I call him. I've called him that.
He don't like
since
good music.
The first time. I don't like that kind of music. Yeah. I guess.
Yeah, he just don't like the label at this point.
I don't like the what?
The label.
Oh.
You like Travis Scott?
He's okay.
Uzi.
Okay.
I like Uzi a lot.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
Like in modern music, Uzi.
Like, what's like your go-to song right now? Because I go through phases where like I'll spam one song.
Oh.
You're like one of the only people that do that though. Like, not many people. Like,
where that just spams one song.
Like this man's got a 20-minute drive. He's got the same song on repeat for 7 times.
It gets like that though. I'm trying to think. Oh man, I've been listening to my own tape since I just put it out last week. So I've been listening to that like heavy. But dude, I can't think. 1 second.
Yeah.
1 second.
You gotta check your Spotify.
Let me see. PDL by B Love. I've been listening to that a lot. That's just recent stuff that I just put in here.
Outside of rap, do you have any
Hot
favorite?
Boy.
Hot Boy? Okay. Yeah. Outside of rap, do you have any favorite artists?
Outside of rap?
Like, do you listen to anything else, or is it really just...
Everything. From, like, rock, country.
Just depending on your mood.
Depending on the mood, bro. I love alternative music. Dude, My Chemical Romance.
Yep.
I love My Chemical Romance. I like Paramore. Let me see. Of course, Morgan Wallen. Who else? NF. Even though he still rap, I listen to NF like a lot.
His lyrics are good.
Dude,
he's a lyricist.
I got this series on my YouTube channel of me reacting to like his music.
Yeah.
Dude is insane. Like his story is insane. I love NF. I'm one of the outcast people for sure.
No, I feel like NF was like 2-3 years ago. He was just on, like, he was on top. He was going crazy. That's like what I remember listening to him.
I like K-pop too.
Really?
K-pop is fire. I would love to like see that in concert.
Yeah.
That's a top tier. I want to see like BTS or Monster X or just Jimin and like from BTS in general.
BTS on the Juice WRLD song actually was like crazy. Like I like was like what is Juice doing with this?
Nah, it's insane.
And that was actually like I gotta listen to that. I haven't listened to that song in like a year.
They're talented.
I gotta re-listen to that song.
Talented, bro.
Yeah.
And I learned all of this just from reacting. So like, I guess the Tom McDonald dude, he's very like.
Are they even dropping songs anymore? Because aren't they all in like the army right now?
A few of them are. Jimin, he just dropped this project called Face, like probably like a month and a half.
They drop personal.
Yeah, they drop personals too.
Huh.
It's fire. And then I forgot his name, but he just dropped a song with J. Cole, and it was so fire.
Huh.
Yeah, like a K, like it was like a rap song, but K-pop.
Yeah.
It was fire. So
it was in a different language.
Yes. Actually, he was speaking in a different language, and then
I mean, like the Juice WRLD one, like they switched back from Korean.
It was back and forth.
Those are great songs. Or like English and Spanish, I think is really cool.
Oh yeah, I love Spanish music too.
Yeah,
Shakira is my favorite.
Yeah, you got to collab with like someone who speaks Spanish.
That's what I want to do, bro. I want to like Bad Bunny. Like, come on, somebody got to do it. Somebody got to do it. But it's just like I want to collab with different artists, like just to test my skills. Mm-hmm. It gets to the point. It got to a point where music got boring to where I wasn't challenging myself. So that's when I started getting into like alternative. I make alternative music too. If you go to like Sad Boy Forever, like the first edition, it's a lot of alternative music on there. So it's just I learned that from Uzi.
You got to make a country song someday.
I would love that. I think I got the voice for it.
Guitar in the background and all that. That'd be so awesome.
I think I got the voice for it.
Yeah. I mean, like, yeah. You can do it. David, I want you to ask the question that you like to ask at the end of podcasts.
Whatever.
No, it's such a good question.
I guess. Okay. How would you like define your personal success?
Man. Wow, that's hard. That's a good question. I would say, are you asking like?
I mean, like you have. I mean, like you have multiple. Like, I mean, you have hobbies. You got jobs. Like, how do you define your personal success through them?
Okay.
Like you lay down in your bed at night and you're like, was today a successful day? Did I succeed? Like,
oh, okay. So of course, getting certain work done, but putting my dreams first in each day.
Okay.
So that's when I know I did. Like I had a successful day is working on my outside of work. Okay, I earned my degree. I earned my job. I know what I'm doing there. Mm-hmm. That's already in place. I'm already successful in this area. But if I get off and I don't make time for Twitch, making music, reacting to videos, or that, etc., working on my other crafts that can become the side income or the main income, chasing my dreams, then it's not a successful day. So that's how I define success.
Okay.
Putting your dreams first.
Putting the dreams first every time.
Like a balance too.
Exactly, because dreams aren't going to pay the bills.
Yeah.
Unless you work hard.
Wow.
That hits. That's a great way to end it right there.
Yeah, I was thinking, can you tell everyone like where they can find all your music, your socials?
Okay, I'll make it easy. So for all of my music, my social media, it's my first and last name, Jaleel Dotson. It'll be in the description.
Oh, yeah.
It's just my name. And then for my Twitch and my reaction channel, it's Urkel Jaleel, ERKOJALEEL, Urkel Jaleel.
And if they wanted to just listen to like one song, which song would you recommend to them?
Oh.
Well, they have to listen to the two that you've been talking about the whole time.
Yeah. I don't listen to the 10 Toes Down, but.
Yeah. Rubbing off the paint, 10 toes down. But if we're talking recent, because that was when I was like 16, 17. If you want to hear something recent, I would say, oh, this is hard. We can do Selfish.
Selfish?
Yeah, do Selfish.
Yeah, so thank you guys for coming back to another episode.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
it was cool.
Thank you for coming on. I'm so happy that you hit us up.
For sure.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I appreciate that, man.
So check Jaleel out on everything. Peace.